Hey, what's going on everybody? My name is Chris, this is Ruby, this is Chester. Today I'm going to give you 7 reasons why I did not crop Chester's ears. Right, buddy? Thanks. Alright, so before we jump into the video and I give you the reasons why I chose not to crop my American Bullies ears, I just want to preface this video by saying these were my personal choices. These are the reasons why I decided not to get my American Bullies ears cropped. This is not a knock on people who have decided to crop their American Bullies ears whatsoever. It is your dog, you do you. I just hope it was done in a safe manner by a professional. That being said, the reason for this video is I actually had a comment on one of my previous videos where someone made a comment about Chester's ears that I thought was kind of a little funny in terms of just like, why would somebody say that? They were looking at the video, totally unrelated. He was playing with a basketball and they say, I can see why they crop their ears now, which I thought was a bit of a funny comment. I was just like, are you dissing my dog's ears? Because I love my dog's ears. So it got me to thinking of the reasons why I did not want to crop my American Bullies ears. So that is the inspiration for this video. Again, I'm not trying to crap on anybody for cropping their American Bullies ears. Just want to give you the reasons why I chose not to do it. So let's jump in. So first and foremost is that it's actually banned where I live in Canada here. So I live in a province where the Medical Association of Veterinarians decided that any sort of cosmetic alterations to a dog are to be banned, and so they came together and they voted and said there's no longer going to be any procedures done like this. So in my province, even if I wanted to, I couldn't get Chester's ears cropped. There are other provinces in Canada where this is allowed, so even some of Chester's brothers and sisters did travel to other provinces to get their ears cropped. But for me, I didn't want to go through the trouble of shipping him around to different provinces, and I didn't want to have his ears cropped. So number one, couldn't do it even if I wanted to. So one of the reasons people get American Bullies ears cropped is for hunting purposes. To a far extreme is for dog fighting, but for hunting purposes, the reason they do this is to make sure that both predators and prey while they're out on the hunt don't have anything to latch onto. So the ears, for example, they don't want to have those get latched onto, so they will crop those. It's also for things like getting caught in, thick bush, things like that, so they don't have, those floppy ears getting in the way of that. So Chester's not a hunter. He never will be a hunter. I don't go hunting, so there's no reason for me to crop his ears for that purpose. The only thing he does is hunt around the kitchen for snacks and the living room for extra little crumbs. So that's one of the reasons I did not crop Chester's ears. So one of the main reasons that people do get their American Bullies ears cropped is because it is actually part of the breed standard outlined by the American Bully Kennel Club. Having cropped ears is just part of the look that they go for, and if you want to ever have your dog as a show dog, and a lot of times breeders will have the ears cropped to match this standard. As handsome as Chester is, I'm not going to be entering him into any show dog competitions. I don't plan on breeding him either, and so for this reason, I didn't get his ears cropped. So this one I had to look into a little bit because I had heard through various forums and different websites that by cropping an American Bully's ears, or any dog's ears for that matter, that you are kind of preventing chronic ear infections. I'd never heard of this before until I was going to get an American Bully, so I did look into this, and the evidence I found was kind of unbalanced in terms of floppy ears versus cropped ears. It seems that they're both prone to ear infections as much as the other. There is no real significant difference between the two. So for this reason, I decided it's not worth getting his ears cropped. I don't think he's gonna get more ear infections because he has floppy ears. I'm just gonna make sure that his ears are nice and clean. I check them every week just to make sure they're not too dirty and there's nothing going wrong there. So for this reason, I decided to keep his ears and I didn't crop them. So body language with a dog is very important for me personally. The ears are very expressive, both for me as an owner, other people, and when communicating with other dogs. With Chester's ears, I can tell when he is very interested in something, when he's very focused on something, if he's kind of fearful, or if he's just kind of nice, chill, and relaxed, just based on the positioning of his ears. When his ears are straight up and focused forward, I know he's really focused on what's going on ahead of him. He might see another dog or a squirrel or whatever. I just know he is very focused on that. When his ears are very tucked back, look to see if he's kind of scared of something, if something's kind of spooking him at that point. And I know when his ears are kind of nice and relaxed, a little bit to the back, or they're just kind of off to the side a little bit, that he's just chilling. He's not really concerned about anything. He's just kind of living his life. So when they do have their ears cropped, that body language is not as apparent. There is a little bit of a twitch you can see in their ears where it does kind of change positions, but it's not as exaggerated when they do have ears, especially with Chester's ears, now that he has big pointy stand-up ears. So for me as an owner, I like to know what my American Bully is kind of focused on, or if he's spooked, or if he's just chilling. And when it comes to other dogs as well, the ears are very communicative and tells the other dogs if they are kind of relaxed, if they're very focused on them, all those kind of things. And so it can be misinterpreted when they don't have their ears there, when they are cropped. So for this reason, I decided it was probably a better idea to keep Chester's ears and not crop them. So I think the cosmetic aspect is definitely one of the main reasons why American Bully owners will get their ears cropped. Like I said, it is part of the breed standard. I bet you a lot of American Bully owners aren't taking their dogs hunting. I hope they are not dog fighting either. But I think it is a lot to do with the cosmetic. It is kind of like a cool, you know, lean, menacing almost kind of look when they do have their ears cropped. For me personally, having my dog around the neighborhood, I didn't want to have that appearance of him being very menacing, of being a very tough dog, anything like that. I wanted it to be a very neighborly dog that people are not afraid to approach. I think when dogs have their ears cropped, they do give off the perception that they are a little bit on the mean side. I've met plenty of American Bullies with their ears cropped who are absolutely just beautiful personalities, super friendly and all that. I'm not saying that dogs with their ears cropped are mean. I'm saying they do have that appearance, and it can be kind of turn people off from approaching you. And in the neighborhood I live in, I want people to be able to approach him. I want him to be able to socialize with that without people being scared of him. So for that reason, I chose not to go the cosmetic route. I chose to keep Chester's ears and not crop them. All right, but last but certainly not least is my own personal reason why I did not crop my American Bully's ears, and that's because I just love his ears. When he was a puppy, he had those big, cute, floppy ears. I saw no reason to crop them at that point because I just thought they were so cute. As he's kind of grown up, and if you've been watching my videos over the last year or so, you'll notice the progression he went through with his ears going from the floppy state to his current state of just stand-up, big old bad ears. And even if I knew that was going to happen when he was a puppy, I still wouldn't crop his ears because I love his big bad ears. He is a showstopper when we go out in crowds and we meet people. They're always commenting on his ears and his big old head. So I'm so glad I didn't crop his ears just for that reason. I personally love the look of his natural ears. If you decide to crop your American Bully's ears, that is your prerogative. But for me, I just love the look of the natural ears. And so that's why I didn't crop my American Bully's ears. All right, so that's the 7 reasons why I did not crop my American Bully's ears. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts down in the comments below. Please keep it civil. I know this is a bit of a heated topic and it is a little controversial, but I want everyone to respect each other's opinions. Like I said in the beginning, this is just my personal thoughts and my personal reasons why I chose not to get my American Bully's ears cropped. I am not knocking anybody out there who has decided to do it. All I'm hoping is that it was done in a very safe and a very professional way where the dog is experiencing the least amount of pain or any pain at all. I personally did not want to do it, and that's what this video is all about, and I'm just hoping to explain it to everybody out there. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you boop that like button. Don't forget to subscribe for more American Bully videos, and we'll see you guys in next time.